Several people were trapped in the secret room, and the water had already flooded Mia's chest. To open the water tank, they had to pour 4 liters of water into the mechanism, but there was only a 3-liter bucket and a 5-liter bucket on the table. How could they get exactly 4 liters of water? At this time, Mike had a flash of inspiration. He picked up the 5-liter bucket and filled it directly. First, pour it into the empty 3-liter bucket. At this time, there were still 2 liters of water left in the 5-liter bucket. Empty the water in the 3-liter bucket and pour the remaining 2 liters of water into the 3-liter bucket. The 3-liter bucket was filled with 2 liters of water, and there was still 1 liter left. Fill the 5-liter bucket again and pour 1 liter into the 3-liter bucket. The 3-liter bucket was full, and there were only 4 liters of water left in the 5-liter bucket. Finally, pour the water into the mechanism, and the door opened. They climbed onto the water tank, but the valve was rusty. They signaled to the camera that the game was over, but no one responded at all. The water had flooded Mia's shoulders. There was no time to try, and Carl wanted to break the glass directly, but it didn't work. At this time, Mia was completely submerged in water. She took a last breath of air, and the water filled up. Carl smashed the glass frantically, but it was useless. Mia couldn't hold on any longer. Carl climbed to the top of the water tank with all his might, and he smashed the door lock hard. Finally, the door opened. After some rescue, Mia was out of danger. They all thought they were playing a game, but they almost lost their lives. They desperately called for help, but there was no response. They could only open the last door. Looking up, the room was exhausted. Mike pointed to the wall and saw fresh blood. They picked up the iron rod on the ground, broke the door, and escaped. But the next thing was the real nightmare. They remembered that no one responded in the secret room. It seemed that the rich man had also been killed. Several people were arrested and held separately. Carl took off the hood and saw that the room was full of traces of torture instruments. Scarman turned out to be a live broadcaster. Many wealthy, perverted rich people pay high prices to watch live broadcasts. As a fan welfare, Scarman decided to go live first.